there are places that hide stories, and others are try to tell them without fear. The Museo de Caracas belongs to this latter. The moment you walk in, the dormant halls, the private office, and the galleries filled with art surround you as if wanting you to uncover something more. Among paintings, shadows, and echoes from the past, some of the most fascinating and mysterious events from the 20th century in Venezuela have taken place.
Nearly a century ago, this museum was born by a dream, bringing the greatest work of art to Venezuela.
Do you imagine that? Years later, that same dream will become the scene of one of the boldest art heists in the nation's history.
Please, that sounded like something straight out of a movie, and it happened right here in Venezuela.
Today, we're traveling back in time, through columns and secrets, to uncover the story when the art was vanished.
It all began in 1917. Back then, the museum didn't even have walls or a building. It was just an idea to showcase 153 impressive works inside the National Academy of Fine Arts.
So this initiative in 1918, the museum held its first official opening, exhibiting paintings and sculptures that included these important works. During the presidency of Eleazar López Contreras, the country decided it needed a symbol of modernity and culture, a building exclusively for the museum. It was designed in a neoclassical style, with Doric columns, a central courtyard surrounded by corridors, and wide exhibition halls.
In 1973, a second major expansion was added in a modern style. This combination of styles made this museum one of Caracas' architectural icons. Later, in 1987, it was declared a tangible cultural heritage by the UNESCO as a man-made historical structure, and it was inaugurated by the President Rafael Caldera.
And who was the genius behind all of this?
It was Carlos Raúl Villanueva. He was born on May 30 of 1900. He studied at the École Nationale des Beaux Arts in Paris, where he learned to blend art with modern architecture, and he was born on the Venezuelan consulate in London.
Oh right, that's the same architect who designed La Ciudad Universitaria de Venezuela, right?
Exactly, a work so extraordinary that won the UNESCO Heritage Site.
Villanueva passed away in 1975, but his legacy remains alive. His vision of a modern, artistic Caracas full of cultural spaces continues to inspire today.
Today, the Museum of Fine Arts sits in Plaza de los Museos, between Bellas Artes District and Parque Los Caobos, one of the oldest parks in Caracas. It used to be called Parque Sucre, but thanks to its many mahogany trees, they decided to change the name to Parque Los Caobos.
Administratively, it belongs to the Capital District within the Libertador municipality and the parishes of San Agustin, La Candelaria, and El Recreo.
There are really a lot of trees.
And a lot of shades that sure are appropriate with this heat.
And since we're here, we need to go to the raspado.
Wow, it is so good. I never tried it.
Also, it has a lot of flavors such as coconut, strawberry, passion fruit, and tamarind.
Yeah, and that flavors are like a mix of clouds from the sky and ice.
Behind all this greenery and calm, there is a secret. A story so unbelievable that it sounds like fiction, but it isn't. And it happened just right here where we're standing.
In 1939, the recent inauguration of the Museo had 5 masterpieces.
These masterpieces were stolen, and one January afternoon, everything changed in seconds.
Really? Just like that, the visitors inside.
Yes, in daylight, while a group was seeing the galleries, the silence were broke.
In broad daylight, while a group of students toured the galleries, the silence broke with shots, running, and the sound of a gunshot.
It had all begun months ago, in December of 1962, with the exhibition 100 Years of French Paint. It was a historical moment for Venezuela. for the first time, Caracas displayed paintings from the Louvre itself. The galleries were crowded. People started to talk about the colors, the lights, and even the smell of the French oil paintings that filled the air.
In one afternoon in January 1962, when several students were in this museum, entered several men's armed, and something fell off.
In the modern painters gallery, they moved quickly, straight towards the paintings. 5 works disappeared: Batters by Sesame, Lillicina Cooper Rice by Van Gogh, Still Life by Picasso, Still Life by Paris by Braque, and Still Life with Fun by Gauguin. They were cut cleanly from their frames and carried out through a side door into Parques Los Caobos. During the chaos, a visitor was injured by a gunshot. The panic spread really fast through all the school group, and when the news reached France, the scandal was immediate.
But what really happened?
Was it a lone thief or an art thief group? What was it? Neither. It was a political operation.
In January 16, in 1963, the Libyan governor unit stormed the museum while a school trip. This was the objective of stole 5 masterpieces as an act of political expropriation.
What do you mean? Did they want money? No. They wanted to send a message.
At the time, Venezuela was governed by Ruperti, who had declared war on the Communist Party and was trying to solidify democracy. The death was the protest against his government. 25 people participated, though only 10 entered to the museum. During the operation, one of them fired a shot, injuring a visitor and turning the haze into a building.
It all just happened unexpectedly. 3 vehicles were going at a time. The guerrillas escaped with the paintings, and the entire country was left in shock. But the kidnapping didn't last long. In just 74 hours, the paintings were recovered intact, and the culprits arrested. They were found on a vehicle in Florida named Lidera.
The group had tried to negotiate the return of the masterpieces with the exchange of the political prisoners and the students detained, but the government refused.
And that's how one of the most astonishing episodes of Venezuela's art history comes to an end. The works return safely. However, the mystery and the echo of this robbery remains on the museum's columns. Wow, this place has seen everything.
It's incredible how something so huge happened here.
Yeah, and even so, it remains as a symbol of art and culture. The Museum of Fine Arts is not only the country's first museum, it's also one of the Carlos Saúl Villanueva's most emblematic architectural works. Today, the museum's cultural heritage is protected by the Ministry of Power for Culture and the National Center of Preservation and Conservation. They are in charge of preserve, conserve, and restore every historical and artistic heritage.
Hey, what time it is?
It is almost lunchtime. Walking through the museum and learning its history definitely made me hungry. Is there a restaurant nearby?
Of course!
We're right by Avenida Bolívar, one of the most historic areas of Caracas. Nearby are the Children's Museum on Avenida Bolívar, the Teresa Careño Theater, and Bellas Artes on Avenida México.
Oh, I have heard that you'll find Avenida Bolívar just across the pedestrian path created by Carlos Cruz Diez, an intersection of history, art, and everyday life.
Now we are at Doña Pizza, that is a restaurant in the Bolívar Avenue. It was founded 6 years ago and has been here ever since. We are going to eat a pan jamón, that is a typical dish of Venezuela. At the end, exploring El Museo de Bellas Artes is more than just walking around columns, hallways, and paintings filled with history. It is also a reminder that art isn't just observed, it is also lived and felt. Every work, every corner, and every single story reminds us that culture is a bridge that reminds us who we were, who we are, and who we can become.
And even though this museum has seen every moment in brilliance, darkness, and even danger. It remains here, open, alive for those who want to discover it.
Thank you.